All right, welcome to another Carefree Livin video. In this, I can't stress enough of how important it is to have a strong mindset, a strong perception of what's going on in life and how you see things. Because, and I will say this like 20 times, your subconscious mind will look to confirm your theory on how the world works. This means that the thing that is in your control is how you choose to see things, what you believe to be is true, what you believe to be is not true. Obviously, Henry Ford, shout out to Juan. Whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. That's why it's really important for you to, be imaginative and be open-minded and be positive. Positive goes a long way for survival, and it goes a long way for thriving in life and gaining the most out of life. This doesn't just, apply to one scenario and playing sports or anything like that. It applies to every role going on. We can dig into this a little bit. There's obviously a lot of mumbo jumbo here. We will go through this one by one, but we're gonna say this again. Your subconscious mind will look to confirm your theory on how the world works. So how is it that you view the world? What do you think is going on? And are you trying to expand that? Are you trying to better that? Is that negative or positive? Because the way you choose to view things, you're out there confirming it. If you think people are out to get you, someone's gonna cut you off in traffic, and obviously your reaction is going to be, see, I told you. If you have the victim mindset and you don't think you can do something, you think you have a bad shoulder, you can't rehabilitate it, you're sick and you can't recover the sickness, you won't. Because again, you will constantly be thrown data at you that you can't if you don't believe that you can, okay? So the idea is to think that everything's possible. Obviously, there's a lot of sayings about that, about everything's impossible until someone does that. Be that person in the scenario. Have a positive outlook. But let's go through an example of what I'm talking about. All right? So I wrote down 4 things here. Your filter, which we're gonna call that's how you choose to see life. You create your own filter. So you may not be responsible for your exact responses to a situation, boom, that may strike your ego and boom, you're hit with emotion and all that. But you can choose how you see life, okay? You can choose, oh, I'm stuck in this lifestyle and I have this problem, I can't make any changes. No, you're right, you can't because you think so. That's your filter. Well, I think I can, and I did, and I can, and I will, okay? That's your filter, what you choose. Example that we're gonna roll through, what the reality of the situation was. So if you went up into the example and you took yourself out of the equation and you learned about what was the reality of the situation and then your perception. So how you viewed that going through the example. All right, so let's go through a negative one. A negative mindset, I'm ugly, all right? I'm ugly, that's what you think. That's how you view yourself. You don't love yourself, you think you're ugly, okay? And then you go through life and someone is staring at you. The reality of it is that they may recognize you or just think you're someone else. They thought you were their Uncle Remus or Aunt Remus. And your perception of that from seeing someone stare at you and you thinking you're ugly is that people stare at me because I'm ugly. You're that ugly that people stare at you because of that. You're gonna confirm that subconsciously, okay? Maybe not all of us are negative Nancys, and some of us say, hey, I am good looking. I'm very, very good looking. Someone's staring at me. The reality of it was they thought you were Uncle or Aunt Remus. They just recognize you or think you're someone else. So it has nothing to do with your looks in that regard. But you walk away saying, people stare at me because I'm good looking. I'll tell you what, that's at least a W compared to that. That stinks. I'd rather have that mentality than this mentality. But then we have a different color here, purple. And the filter that you can grow and develop yourself and humble yourself. It's a good example of how you can expand yourself, get into different theories and beliefs and philosophies. I'm not the center of other people's universes, okay? So you are going to learn that, hey, someone makes an action, it's not because of me. If someone gives you sass, it's not because they hate you. It's because something could have happened to them where they're angry in their own life and own world, and it goes into that whole universe and the world that you have yourself. They have their own. Everyone has their own. And you're not the center of it, okay? Someone is staring at you. They may recognize you. They think you're Uncle Remus or Aunt Remus. They may recognize you or think you're someone else. And with a good mentality of you choosing to expand, you go ahead and say, oh, there's probably a good reason for them staring. So you actually don't have any ego effect. Okay, but as you can see, it's a nice negative example, a positive example, and an objective example. And how important it is that a situation can happen and you can watch life and be the watcher of your own thoughts by going through and making your filter educated, okay, open-minded, seeing things different. What are the people that you're following on social media? You know, who are you looking up to? Who is showing you your filter? How is that getting influenced, and how is that influencing your decisions? What are your friends like? How do they see it? That's all going to influence how you see the world and how you think the world works, okay? So you can see by this little teeny example that there's hundreds, if not thousands of these a day that may affect you and cause you to validate your perception. You can see how important it is to have a positive outlook, a positive attitude, and giving people the benefit of the doubt. If someone cuts you off in traffic, maybe they didn't see you, okay? It's not because they think you're terrible and you have to judge yourself on that and get angry and get back at them. No, let go of it, okay? But the idea, you take your mindset, you start doing work. If you probably have a gym routine, that's great, you work on your body. What are you doing for your mind? Because when you start really simplifying things down to, I can do whatever I want to do. Yeah, I can get that promotion. Of course I can do this. It becomes possible, and you're going to see reasons. And when you put in the hard work and you show yourself and you're validating the perception, you're going to really gain that confidence. And that's how people do it. Hopefully this makes sense. And let's go one more time. Your subconscious mind will look to confirm your theory on how the world works. So look at the world beautifully, okay? Everything's beautiful. Be grateful, be humble, and be positive. All right, let's get that mindset in check. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate that. Now, it would help us out a lot if you could give a like and subscribe to our page so we can give more content to you. And comment below if you have any feedback or want to see any sort of videos or information. And please share this with anyone that you think wants to live carefree.